Okay, so this is going to be video one of a series, and as I said, it's going to be more of an introduction to Ayurveda. So today we're going to start at almost the very beginning, and we're going to build on that each day. So yeah, any questions as we go? I'd love to hear from you. So what does Ayurveda mean? Well, Ayurveda basically translates into the science of life or knowledge of life or life wisdom. Basically, Aya means life and Veda means, science, wisdom, or knowledge. And it's a holistic system of health that dates back over 5,000 years. So in the very beginning, it was more of an oral tradition that was passed down from generation to generation, and then eventually it was recorded in Sanskrit in some of the most ancient texts that we have known to man in the Vedas. And and it's just a really beautiful, I really enjoyed studying all of that, and it's just amazing how what they knew back then is so relevant for today. And although we didn't have the science and the technology, and we really couldn't drill down to what was happening inside a cell and what was going on inside an atom and all of that energetics, they still had this knowledge or understanding that there was something much more subtle at play, even though they couldn't see it. And there was some amazing understanding about the gut-brain connection and how a lot of disease starts in the gut. And, we're just really starting to explore that now with more modern approaches to wellness and, the microbiome and the gut-brain connection and all those wonderful things. So I love that about Ayurveda. That wisdom was always there, and now we're actually making lots of advancements in the scientific world to validate a lot of those concepts. So I just am always fascinated by linking those to the philosophy with the science is really beautiful. So adding on to that, I think there's so much wisdom, even though it dates back 5,000 years, there's so much goodness there that we can incorporate into our day-to-day life that is just so valuable. And whenever I share about Ayurveda with someone, it's like the light goes on with inside them and they're just like, wow, it just makes so much sense to me. I can't believe, I didn't, come across this sooner. And, they just embrace it straight away because it just feels there's so much truth that they resonate with in Ayurveda. So it's really beautiful to share that with people, and hopefully through this series as well, the light will come on from you, within you, and you can understand how you can get the most out of your health and wellness and achieve those goals as well. So that's what Ayurveda means, and it's very much a holistic system of health. So a lot of health models today, we basically just look at what we consume on a food basis, and then sometimes we'll look at exercise, like how we're moving our body. And Ayurveda is so much more than that. Yes, we'll look at our food choices, we'll look at lifestyle in general. So not just exercise, but how we go about our day-to-day routine is really the cornerstone of Ayurveda. So we'll look at lifestyle. And then on top of that, if you need to improve any aspects of your health and wellness, then we can look at herbal medicines, herbal treatments. Ayurveda puts a lot of emphasis on emotional well-being and a spiritual practice as well. So it really encompasses health on a holistic level, and we can look at lots of different things. So, our relationships, our career paths, all of those things can impact our overall well-being, and there'll be some relationships or some career paths that will be really suitable for you and that will really make you shine and draw on all your strengths and feel like you're living a purposeful, fulfilled life. And then there'll be other careers and relationships and things like that just feel more like a struggle, and because they're probably going to be aggravating different parts of your constitution as well. So we're going to basically look at all aspects of our lives and how Ayurveda and that knowledge can be applied to that as well. So that's what Ayurveda is, and it's a holistic system of health. So what we want to basically cover in this first session is two key underlying principles or philosophies of Ayurveda. And if you can get these two philosophies, then you can apply that knowledge to every aspect of your life, and that's basically all you need to understand. So the two key philosophies are as above, so below. or the macrocosm and the microcosm. So basically what that means is we are not a separate entity to our environment or the greater cosmos or universe. It's a continuum and we're not separate. So basically that's saying whatever's happening outside of us is also happening within us. And the most easy way to understand that concept is, you think of the seasonal changes. If we're going through the summer months and it's really hot, there's a lot of heat increasing in the environment, then that heat is going to be naturally increasing within our own body as well. So that's what we mean by the macrocosm and the microcosm, or as above, so below. The other key principle with Ayurveda is like increases like and opposites pacify. So if we do, for example, establish that in the summertime we are getting a lot more heat increasing in our body, we need to understand that the way to balance that excess heat is to apply the opposite quality, which is cold or coolness. So that isn't the other key principle with Ayurveda, is to restore balance, opposites pacify, and the same qualities will aggravate. So when you understand those two key philosophies, it all becomes very simple. The only thing we need to understand then is what are these qualities that are actually at play, and we're going to discuss that in the next video. So I hope you can join me. I just want to keep these nice and short so that you can catch little bits of information on the run. So join me for the next session where we go through the elements and the different qualities that come into play as well.